So what we're going to do today is just a quick review of the Dr. Schrammek products within its kind of the main sectors of products that we retail to our clients, which is essential, hydrating, sensitive, and regulating lines. So what I will ask everybody to do is to just please remain mute for the entire session. If you do have questions, they can be placed in the chat button. So don't be afraid to use that. I periodically check that as well. I'm of course the only person who does this webinar, so it's a little bit hard to manage everything all at once. So if I don't get to your question right away, nothing to worry about. I will be able to definitely get to it at some point. So you can post your questions in chat at any moment. If you, however, have questions following our session today, what I will also extend to you, and a possibility of doing is you can always email your question to us directly. So that can be done directly to my email. I will speak about it in a minute, and also to our info@euro-essentials.com. Okay, so I'm going to get going. We do have quite a bit to do, and I will be able to give you guys extra information about products that you may also be familiar with already. Some of us think, oh, you know, I know the products inside out. It's not a big deal. I don't really need a lot of information upgrade here, but we do forget and information gets stale. So I think really investing in a little bit of education in this venue of a webinar is a really, really good idea. So I'll start with an explanation of who Dr. Schrammek brand really is. We do have, of course, a very long-standing history when it comes to the business. It is a family-owned business. So obviously it was started by its founder, Christine Schrammek, who is responsible for what she gave us in an essence, what is really recognizable under the brand's name, which is the green peel. So she was definitely the person who was responsible for bringing the product forward, performing the professional treatment with it. And of course, as you know, it is a very, very successful treatment celebrated around the world. Of course, later in the decades, her daughter, Christine Schrammek-Druzio, joined the family, and she actually is a dermatologist and an allergist. She is the managing director of the company, of course, and she's now bringing in a few of her family members that are also going to be kind of joining the ranks here, and of course starting with Alexander Druzio, who's going to be eventually taking over the managing director, the CEO of the company's I would have to say duties, and of course Christine Druzio, who will be following in her mother's footsteps, as she is a dermatologist, and she will be very much involved in creation of what you will get to know as some of the new products in the lineup in the future. So if you are curious about, you know, some of the timeline of products that maybe are beloved to you, maybe you have used them or known them for a while, the company has started in 1958. Of course, that was the introduction of the first green peel treatment as it was tested at that moment, under a very, very careful tutelage of Professor Horonjak, who was a professor of dermatology at the moment, working very closely with Christine Schrammek to establish this final wonderful treatment that we today know as green peel. Of course, in 1967 came the Blemish Balm, which is since then celebrated product. It is still our #1 selling product in Dr. Schrammek. That really has not changed. And of course, throughout the decades, there were some other marked events. So of course, the introduction of Dr. Schrammek-Druzio as the director of research and development, and of course, the subsequent emergence of the line as we know it today. So everything that you need in order to support your spa with all the necessary products. Okay, so for those of you who need a little reminder, and by the way, I know that some of you have been here with me on a Monday in the anti-aging and brightening webinar. I already spoke about some of the key elements to share with your clients that will allow you to actually sell the product or to really give validity to the brand. So #1 thing to always remember is a long-standing experience. Not a lot of skincare lines out there really can boast 60 plus years of experience producing products and working on clients. It is, of course, a product line that it's from its conception to its production, all made in Germany, all in-house supervised. Ingredient technologies, of course, that are under the careful tutelage of Dr. Schrammek, always chosen to be the most effective and the closest for certain type of skin conditions, of course, that are almost performing like drugs in some certain situations. So always choosing the ingredients that are the best for the clients within the realm of dermatological testing for tolerances and, of course, confirmed use for the clients without any side effects. So another thing to reinforce with the end consumer is the fact that it is a doctor brand. So it is developed by a doctor who is actually a practicing physician. There is an efficacy of the products always that is implemented here. I'm going to be sharing some of the effects of the studies that have been done with several of the products I'll introduce today to you. And of course, we're always looking at worldwide success. So what makes us successful? Well, the previous points for sure, but also the fact that we always innovate. We're always looking for the latest scientific findings, the latest ingredients that we can, of course, introduce in the skincare line that your clients may not be able to get somewhere else. And you're going to get to know some of those very unique formulas today that are, definitely formulated with ingredients you may have not known or seen in other brands. Okay. So that is pretty much a little bit of a setup here, kind of a framework of what we're going to be doing. But in addition to this, I have already done a session on Monday, so thank you very much for those of you who are returning. By the way, that session is also going to be, was recorded and is going to be making its way into one of our channels where you can watch it, and I'll make that announcement at the end. But we talked about mainly the Vitality line and the Mela White line. Within that, in the anti-aging group of products, I did not cover the Active Future line with my students back then, simply because of the fact that there will be a bit of a changeover. There will be a brand new line that will be launched in the Active Future substitution, which is going to be the Ageless Future. So that is something I'm going to introduce completely separately. It'll be a separate webinar for us to kind of dive into and see. But what I want to do today, I'm going to leave out Beauty Elements, Body Science, and the men's line, as well as some of the pro products for another time. I find that breaking down the sessions a little bit more into kind of ingredient focus, but smaller groups of products yields a better result. So for today's purposes, I only really want to talk about the essential line. I want to talk about the hydrating line. So some of the specifications there of how these products work and why they're so amazing. I am also going to be looking at a sensitive line, and I am going to conclude with some of the products of the regulating range. So if you have clients who struggle with maintaining hydration, are looking for everyday care for their skin, have some elements of sensitivity, or may not be oily or actively breaking out, this is definitely something you want to stay tuned for. So with that, I am going to also tell you a little bit about how Dr. Schrammek makes her line a little bit easier for your end consumers to digest, to navigate around. It is a large line of products. Anybody that has ever seen our shelves here at Your Essentials, you have a kind of a scope of how big the line is. There's about 145 SKUs of products today. And of course, for you, it's difficult to navigate it all. Sometimes for the client, it can be very, very confusing. But the lines that we're going to be talking about today are very easily recognizable in retail because Dr. Schrammek has, like any other company, invented something called the navigation bands or navigation colors for the subgroups of products. So once your client actually is looking at a shelf of products at your place, or you're promoting the products by simply handing it to your clients, they will be able to or for you and for your client, will be able to figure out which of the subcategory or groups of products this product belongs to by looking at the color that is just below the name of the product. So if you notice, for the essential range of products, the top of the packaging will be yellow, and so will be the navigation band that is on it. For the hydrating, it will be similar, but the color here is blue. For our sensitive range, it will be more in the category of kind of like the sensitive pink, I call it. And then finally, for the special, regulating cream, like you can see from the regulating range there, the navigation band is kind of a periwinkle type color. Okay, so that is something that makes your retail extremely attractive because the packaging is very, very nice, but very to the point. There is no frills, nothing that, takes away from the actual meaning of the product or the look of the product on your shelves. So very, very easy to navigate, easy to find the products that you need. So we're going to transition to our essential line. I want to kind of speed ahead and make sure that I cover everything quite quickly so we're not sitting here for the entire afternoon. But of course, give you enough information about every single product that you feel confident retailing and confident knowing. Because of the fact that we don't have that kind of kinesthetic experience with the product, so that means you cannot feel it, you cannot touch it. I will describe the products to you to my best way of doing this. I'm actually more of an auditory learner than a kinesthetic learner, so sometimes these things are lost on me. That is something I live with. It's a limitation of sorts, but I will try my best to definitely remember to always kind of talk about how the product smells or what the product feels like. So starting with essential range, what is essential? What does it mean? The idea of the essential range is to provide you with the most basic actions that you're looking in some of your products that you can sell to your clients. This is also a group of products that may be a little bit more less expensive for your client to dive into, making it a perfect discovery line. So if your client comes in, they are new to Schrammek, this is maybe the first time that they're experiencing the product through you, you can definitely offer them a solution from here that will not break the bank. So for clients, for example, that are looking for the most simplistic product, so we're talking about the care for everyday skin's management, the cleansing, the toning, the simple moisturizers that offer some solution. This is where you're going to find that, okay? In this range of products, we also do offer protective products such as sunblock. So we're going to talk about that in a moment as well. So the first product needs no introduction. Anybody that has worked with the green peel or worked with Dr. Schrammek products before probably at some point had experienced a super soft cleanser. It is, and I have to say and sing praises to Dr. Schrammek, but it is one of their most successful formulas when it comes to cleansing. It is a milk cleanser that is exactly that. It feels like a milk. So when you're thinking about a creamy type of a cleanser, you're probably sometimes thinking, oh, maybe it's going to be a little bit too rich, or maybe it's not going to be enough. This formula is smack perfect. I cannot sing it enough praises. It is also a formula that's suitable to cleanse around the eyes, which is a really, really good selling point when you're trying to give your clients products that may be multiple action products. That is definitely one of those things to highlight. Now, typically this product is sold to a client with a dry or a sensitive skin, but can also be offered to clients with normal, or even in some cases, if you have a more mature client, a combination skin. Okay, so when we're looking at the kind of principal ingredients that are in it, so you're going to notice that probably some of them you know really, really well. So obviously we have the kind of oil replenishing base of avocado, jojoba, shea butter, but we're also looking at diminishing any type of inflammation or soothing the skin. So that is achieved by the licorice root extract, marigold, and bisabolol. Marigold, by the way, also goes by the name calendula, and bisabolols are the type of substances that we can obtain from chamomile. Okay, so how to use it is very simple. You want to extract about a loonie size of this product, apply it onto the skin, working into the areas of contact, and of course rinse off suitably with enough water. Okay, so pretty simple product. Notice I'm not outlining what is pro and what is it. I'll cover another range of professional products, but this product of course is available for both. So if you're sitting there wondering, I will also outline that. Now, the second product is a product that is typically a retail product only. In some cases, you of course can implement it in your pro, but it does not have a designated pro container. So it is available right now only in 120 ml kind of squeezy bottle. This product comes typically pre-foamed, so when you express it out of the bottle, is ready for you to use. You don't need to pretty much effervesce it with water. This product is ready to go. And what is very specific about this product is that it's a very mild cleansing solution, but it is for somebody who is a little bit more on the go, doesn't really want to spend a ritual kind of technique on cleansing. They want more of the efficacy of their product. Come on, cleanse, come off. That's the easiest way to kind of sell it. Actually, one of the best consumers for this product, to be quite honest, are men. Men, teenagers, younger consumers, of course, as well. So what's so special about this product? Aside from the fact that it is a product that is preformed and easy to use, one of the key ingredients in it is tego. Tego is a natural betaine. This is typically a type of ingredient that we obtain from, let's say, vegetal sources like sugar beets, and it is a highly, highly hydrating treatment. If your clients, for example, kind of have a hard time wrapping their heads around this ingredient, I always say, well, if you've ever kept beets in your fridge, especially for a long period of time, you know that they keep really well. Like next to your carrot or next to your onion that probably will shrivel down or mold really quickly. There is something really special about a beet that can be kept for a very long period of time, and it will take a very, very long time for this leftover vegetable to dehydrate. So where does it get this kind of moisture retaining capability? It is because of the natural betaine that is in it. So really, really effective at kind of nourishing or protective function when it comes to hydration in the upper layers of the skin. Okay. Again, this product is formulated without any PEGs, so polyethylene glycols as a stabilizers, homogenizers of the product. Some clients do have tendencies to be quite intolerant to it. And of course, it also allows you to remind your clients there's obviously no parabens in here and there are no colorants added. Okay, so that is a great product for us as well. In the line that is essential, we also do offer 2 specific toners that are dedicated for specific application. Super rich toner, okay? This toner has a bit of an astringent quality to it. It is not stingy or in some way, if irritating to the skin at all, but it does have a little bit of an oil stripping property. It smells very fresh, kind of medicinal or herbal in a way, and it is actually something that your clients can use in place of a toner that is needed for an oily or combination skin. In addition to this product also has a secondary action, which is a little bit more of a refreshing, almost stimulating action. And it actually lends this action to the ingredient, which is algae extract. Okay. So aside from being quite calming and soothing to the skin, also astringent and also invigorating or stimulating. So it can be actually also used for skins that are a little bit more mature, if they're in a need of circulatory kind of a refreshment. Okay, so really, really good, good product to follow up any one of our cleansers. Now, if you, however, have a client who is a little bit more delicate, they have a sensitive skin, they prefer their toner to have more of a lotiony texture, so not so much stripping to the skin or moisture. Actually, effectively, some of the toners can, moisture attracts moisture, right? So it can pull out some of the moisture from the skin. You will not find that this happens with this specific toner. It actually leaves a veil of protection behind, and it is very, very suitable for care of delicate skins. Now, in addition to being so, it can also be used as a compressing option. So for clients, for example, who very often suffer from maybe puffiness or dark eye circles, they can actually use it as an eye compress as well. It has a nice distressing and relaxing effect on the eyes. So this product contains panthenol, St. John wort extract, marigold and melissa extract, all of which are soothing. It kind of looks like a herbal tea and it smells amazing. So one thing that I always mention to the clients is once you get to the bottom of the bottle, sometimes there's a little bit of a sediment almost coming out, and I always have a good laugh about it because it really is a herbal extract. It's literally a herbal tea at the kind of basis of the product. So there's a little bit of the herbal extracts kind of left over on the bottom of the canister once you're actually working your way through it. Now, there is one specific ingredient which is a little different, which is the Sepicom S amino acids. And those are actually mineral content type of ingredients that soothe irritation immediately. There is also additional option here. It actually gives you a bit of a reversal effect on a skin that has been exposed to UV radiation. So this is a super calming, super protective ingredient. Okay, so cleansing, toning. Moving on to a product that has actually a little bit more of an action of polishing on the skin. This one is a very mild facial skin peeling. If you ever have a chance to actually try it, you know that it is very, very suitable for skins that are, a little bit more porous, a little bit more oily. But even if you have slightly sensitive skin, you can still use this product. I find that if you mix it with a little bit of herbal lotion, you will notice that it will give you that gentler effect. So it is suitable predominantly for clients who need a little bit of that kind of sloughing effect, maybe once to twice a week. One of the main ingredients that are in here is bamboo. This is a stem of bamboo, ecologically super sound ingredient. Bamboo grows very, very quickly. Therefore, a lot of companies are looking at implementing this as an ingredient. And of course, it is completely biodegradable. So the actual scrub comes from a processed bamboo stem. Now, what's very, very unique about this product also is that it supplies an amount of urea. Urea is an epidermal kind of refreshing ingredient. It helps to regulate the kind of keratinization in the upper layers of the epidermis. Okay, so really, really fantastic treatment for those clients who need that type of once or twice application of a polishing agent. So next product is a little bit more special. So when it comes to protective measures, where do you get your best for your buck kind of bang when it comes to Dr. Schrammek? Special Care Cream is an integral part of aftercare after the green peel treatment. So just to kind of give it a little bit of validity, I want to kind of speak about it from that perspective. But it is a cream that has been tested by Dr. Schrammek in a variety of different skin conditions. And before I move on, I do have a little bit of a snippet of a study that was actually done with it. Let me tell you a little bit more about the unique perspective of its formula. So this is a cream that typically will be used by very dry or sensitive skins. It is a protective, nourishing cream. It is formulated with ingredients such as Uni Resurrection. So you can see it's a blend of different ingredients here, which really help you retain water. And they actually protect the skin against premature aging. So it does have some antioxidative type of property. Same with ursolic acid, very similar action of ingredients. And then, of course, we have a blend of ingredients which have more protective, soothing, and anti-inflammatory actions, especially with the addition of panthenol. Okay, so having this idea of being protective, soothing, almost healing in nature, let's take a look at some of the studies that have been done on clients. They have been using it to protect their skin and to take away from inflammation caused by rashes, so urticaria. They have selected 10 participants for the study, ages anywhere between 26 to 54. The test arm area was actually arm, so that could lower arm area, and application was morning and evening. And after using it for 7 days, the clients definitely noticed, and once the area was actually tested with a skin analyzing machine, we have found out that the improvement of skin barrier has been achieved by almost 30%. The diminishing redness was reduced by about 73%. And of course, the improvement of total extent of irritation, so minimizing irritation, was satisfactory to the 48% mark. So if you are, for example, struggling, or if your skin has been freshly treated by some type of a professional product that had been ablative or resurfacing, this product is really, really essential as an aftercare. Okay. So we have something for the face, but we also do have something for the eyes. This is actually a very unique formula for the essential range of products because it is truly also anti-aging. So High Perfection Eye Cream, for those of you who know it really well, you know that this is probably our most, I would say, sold product out there. It does come in a professional packaging as well, so that's what makes it also unique for you as a treatment provider. But with High Perfection Eye Cream, what is really, really cool is the actual texture of the product. It is cream. but it is a cream that kind of has a melt into the skin type of texture. So it is really nice to apply on the skin around the eyes, especially if your clients are makeup wearing clients. It will never interrupt the makeup wearing or the effectiveness of you know, how the makeup goes on and how the makeup stays on. So what are some of the ingredients in here? Well, we have what's called the derma membrane structures. Those are formulations that mimic the skin's natural skin barrier. So when you're thinking about really maintaining the quality of the skin around the eyes, especially if you're a younger consumer, you're probably looking for this type of protective action. Now, there is an addition of an amla or emblica, which is also here as like a pro-circulatory type of agent, and it is also a product that can or ingredient that can have an antioxidative effect. Okay, we also do have specific other type of ingredients like caffeine, which also look after the health of microcirculation and lymph elimination. And we have a few of the biopeptide complexes that, of course, look after generation of collagen and elastin, and hyaluronic acid, of course, for maintaining of hydration levels. So this is also a formula that has been specifically made for eyes that are sensitive. If you're like me and your eyes, it's very hard to find products that work around your eyes because your eyes water. They are very, very sensitive to sunblock or to any type of perfume, fumes. You can definitely say that this product will be something that will agree with you. So does not have fragrance, does not have emulsifiers. They usually cause that irritation. And of course, all the kind of unwanted ingredients that clients are looking to eliminate from their products also are not part of it. So parabens, colorants, and of course mineral oil. Okay. So with that in mind, there is one more product that becomes really interesting to a lot of clients who are makeup wearers, but are wanting to have a buildable coverage from a product that behaves a little bit more like a liquid foundation almost. So effectively, this is a protection type product, but it also has the type of ingredients that are more of a soothing ingredients. So our Perfect Beauty Fluid is within the BB range, and it does actually feature an SPF protection of 15. We do not claim it in Canada because obviously here in Canada it's very hard to register your product as a sunblock, simply because of the fact that basically whatever is a sunblock is considered a drug and needs a DIN number. But just take it from me, it does have an SPF of 15. So it has a light UV and UVB filter. It also possesses in its texture kind of an ingredient that is kind of microsphere that perfects the kind of look of your complexion. They're tiny little spheres that are coated with zinc, and that is Ronaflare. So when this product goes onto the skin, it actually fills in wrinkles, fills in any type of texture issues with your skin, and gives you that kind of camera-ready, soft focus effect on the surface of the skin. There are, of course, also skin benefiting ingredients. This is why this product is not considered a makeup, but rather a skincare product with the makeup result. Aqua Rich, Panthenol, Allantoin, Bisabolol. These are ingredients that can maintain moisture in the skin and, of course, offer you a little bit of the anti-inflammatory action. So really, it is a fantastic go-arounder. So if your clients are looking for a clean makeup formula, this is available to them. I do not have the little color swatches for this product, but typically this product is available in 3 different colors. So it doesn't really actually go into like a deep tone. It is something that the line is definitely missing, and I'm sure that in a future that will be mitigated. But for now, we have an ivory, which is more of a neutral tone. We have a beige, which is more like I would say a little bit more of an olive tone to it, and a peach, which has a little bit of a yellow or orange undertone to it as well. So those are the 3 different colors that are available. Now, for this product, the easiest way to use it is to really transfer it is either on your fingers, which is most of how our clients will be using it. I actually apply this with a brush, and then I kind of blend it with a sponge, which also can work really, really well. Okay. So in the range of our kind of essential products, like I mentioned before, there will be several items that are considered sunblocks or sun protective. I can't really say sunblock, but sun protective formulas. So the first one is an Optimum Protection Cream. For those of you that have known this product for quite a while, you know that typically this was sold under the SPF 20 category. But I have a little announcement to make too. I had a word from the company not too long ago. They are looking at extending the sun protective factor, and that will become, as of June of this year, now a 30 SPF product. So this is a unique product. It is extremely, extremely lightweight, which makes it ideal for clients who have oilier skin or combination skin, or clients who typically just do not enjoy a heavy sunblock. Okay, this is something that Dr. Schrammek really excels at. So if you, for example, are somebody who has clients really kind of tuned into something like Elta MD or other, alternative sunblocks that are sold out there and very popular, you will have something in Dr. Schrammek range that will really, really go head to hand with some of those, consumer favorites out there. So Optimum Protection Cream is ideal for a client who wants a moisturizing base. So this is in a vehicle of moisturization, but with an effective SPF protection for everyday use. In addition to that, so this is kind of like its main function, moisturize and protect from sunlight. We also do have several different ingredients here that really have extra effect. Tomato extract or lycopene. It is a primary antioxidant. It does really protect the skin from the UV effects. But in addition to this, we also do have ingredients like beta-glucan, for example, that actually minimize the activity of nitric oxide. And this is a type of an agent that's released in the blood to vasodilate the skin upon exposure to sunlight. That's how you get a sunburn. There's a bit of a physiology behind it. And you have ingredients that actually take away from that. So they limit the amount of inflammation that is caused, whether it's visible or invisible. Sometimes you get tiny amounts of dosage of UV and you get a tiny little bit of inflammation that can be mitigated very quickly. Okay? So super lightweight formula. It really does go on very, very light onto the skin. It absorbs almost completely. One of the things to also promise your client with this product, so aside from the lightweight texture, is the fact that there is no cast on the skin. So if you have even a darker skin client, sometimes they worry about, is my skin going to look blue, or, maybe with zinc a little whitish. There is no overcast with this product whatsoever. All right. So in addition to this, I'm going to kind of interrupt the sunblock interlude here for something that's really special. And I think a lot of our clients are unaware that this product even exists. This is partially because we ourselves here at Euro sometimes forgot to mention it. But since it is the season of hand washing, well, it's been for a year now, but it's the season of also winter when I have a lot of clients who come in and say, what do I do about these cracks on my hands? Or, my hands are so dry. What can I use that will effectively help me? But it's not greasy. It doesn't smell funky. It is a wonderful hand cream. This is actually a very rare formula, I would have to say. Kind of looking a little bit at different formulas that are available out there, there isn't a lot of lightweight formula for hand creams. This is one of them. However, you literally will feel like you've put something on, but you don't feel the weight of the product on your hands at all. And I think this formula lends its success to the fact that it's mainly based on hyaluronic acid that really sort of deeply, deeply hydrates the skin. And of course, you do have that protective effect of shea butter. So reach out. It is not an expensive product, ladies. You can or gents, you can definitely reach out for it at any time. It is also 40 ml, so it's easy to put in a purse and carry it with you. Okay. But I want to come back to the idea of sunblock really quickly, as we do have another product here, which is, again, very unique. It is actually my personal favorite. This is what I use every single day. And why? I do break out like everybody else, okay, that will claim some blogs, whether it's true or not, or whether it's myth, or maybe there is, just a coincidence. But some people do actually make an association that sunblocks can break you out. The more emulsifier-rich formulas will definitely do that to some of our clients who have that trigger functionality in their skin. This formula, however, it is completely different. It does not have any emulsifiers in it. It is extremely lightweight. It feels like a veil of protection on your skin without sticky or heavy residue. This product is also unique because you can use it on pretty much any type of skin, including some of the sensitive skins, or even in some cases, skins that are very oily or very actively breaking out. So how do you use this product? So let me explain this to you because this is not as self-explanatory. Obviously, there's that obvious way of using it. Put it on top of another product. Let's say you finish your care with moisturizer. This goes on top. But you might have that one client who's resisting to this idea. Oh my God, I don't have enough time. I'm a busy mom. And, I don't really want to, I don't have time to layer things onto my skin. Well, guess what? You can mix this into your moisturizer. Or for those of you that have clients or maybe yourselves that wear makeup, you can actually actively add it right into most foundations, okay? So I would say any conventional foundation, any water-based foundation will agree with this product. So those are the ways of kind of using it. As long as you achieve 1-to-1 ratio between your moisturizer and this product, or your foundation and this product, you will get your guaranteed protection of SPF 50. All right. So very, very different product. I cannot sing it enough praises. But there is also one more very, very effective product in this line that your clients can get access to, and that is Aloe Calm Gel Mask. This is sort of for those clients who are looking of more of a colloidal effect from their mask. They want a good, clear gel base. Maybe they even at home have some type of an apparative modalities like LEDs that they use, or microcurrent perhaps that you have sold to your clients, little devices like the New Face. Sometimes clients are looking for something that will act as a conveyor, either of light, so a light coupling agent, or they will be looking at something that can actually transmit any type of electrical current. This is definitely a mask for them. Aside from that, it is a phenomenal soothing and super hydrating mask. So that's something that you can definitely promise. It has a dual action. So for the cabin effect, of course, there is a pro part of this product as well, which becomes very, very effective, even in some cases in treatments like microneedling, okay? But for that, I'll hold on the details until we do a professional session. So don't worry about, your clients having to look for the perfect mask for too long. This is going to be amazing. I also have another trick or tip about this product. I actually, in the times when my skin feels more dehydrated, or when I have dehydration-based breakouts like on my forehead sometimes, what I will do is I will actually put a little bit of this product as I'm kind of going through my nighttime routine. Typically, people have a little bit more time at night to do this. I allow this mask to absorb almost fully, and then I don't remove it. I go and follow to a moisturizer. The effects are fantastic in the morning. Even like little lines or wrinkles will disappear. So that I can promise you, because I've used it in that category. Now, I don't have ingredients listed on this slide for some reason, but obviously, the one ingredient that's in here is hyaluronic acid, which is a high concentration here, and we have the aloe extract, okay? So those are the main ingredients that kind of go into the formulation of this mask. It's a clear gel mask. All right. So moving on, this kind of concludes our essential review, but of course, going into the next most sought after category of product, it's our hydrating range. So hydrating range, of course, anything blue represents water. So any product that is blue on top and has the navigation band of blue, it belongs to this specific line of products. What is so specific about this? Well, one of the main kind of ideas of one of the ingredients that is present in every single one of the products in the hydrating range is the Moisture Lab technology. So what is it? What the heck is it? It is a very complex ingredient that comprises out of 4 ingredients on its own. Actually, a little bit more than that because I kind of put the oils all together. But we have the Hydra Nov P extract, This comes to us from red algae. Now, this is something that is super, super hydrating. We actually do subtract an epidermal hyaluronic acid out of it. Most of your products will have a little bit of a, not a filmy kind of feeling. It's more like a soft kind of spheres you feel on your skin. I don't know how to explain. I told you I'm not a kinesthetic person, but I can kind of explain it as a soft to touch type of feeling on the skin that's created by this type of ingredient. This is, of course, now also combined with something called ectoin. Ectoin is a byproduct of many, many bacteria. One of the predominant bacteria that makes this type of extract is Danilina salina. It is a bacteria that lives in a super osmotic, pressurized environments like salt lakes. And what this bacteria actually will do, it expresses this coating agent on around its like unicellular body. And what this actually does, it prevents the osmotic interactions. So when you think about, the physics and the chemistry or physiology of skin, you know that one of the kind of pressures that your skin gets is, of course, dehydration, right? So this could be, a thermal dehydration, contact dehydration, you name it. But your skin will lose water. So ectoin very effectively prevents the osmotic dehydration. Okay. So if your clients very often say, oh my God, my skin feels like I'm going to crack it at the end of the day, right? Like it's so tight. This is definitely the line for them because of this blend of ingredients. Now, to deeply nourish the skin and look up, for the hydration that maybe extends a little bit deeper into the skin, hyaluronic acid of a variety of different molecular weights will be implemented here. So one that is very low molecular structure and one that has a middle molecular structure. So what actually this ingredient does, it deeply hydrates and locks in the hydration in the place of where it penetrates. And then, of course, you do need some type of action of sort of sealing all of those beautiful ingredients into the skin. And that will be, beneficial from oils. So obviously oils always sort of act as a bit of an occlusive barrier building compounds, right? So here we have different types of oils that typically come to us from nuts and, of course, saponified olive oil elements, okay? So really, really interesting technology. Of course, every single formula within this range will have some additional ingredients too that kind of serve to its, potential. So for example, for the Hydra Maximum Day Cream, when we're talking about Hydra Maximum Day and Night Cream, notice there will be a little bit of a difference. I mentioned this actually in my last webinar, so this may be repetition for some of you that are here with me again. But, a lot of skincare lines don't do night and day protection. They don't believe in it, and that's fine. They may have, formula bases that maybe kind of cater to everything all at once. But Dr. Schrammek makes that distinction. So as much as for the daytime, we need more of a protective moisture sealing effect, and nighttime, we also need the repair mechanics. And that is exactly how they divided the two formulas. So for the daytime, you will notice that we have everything that we need in order to prevent dehydration. So we have your Moisture Lab technology, extra macadamia nut oil, shea butter, olive oil, and in addition to this, we met this ingredient before, which is Tego. That's from the natural betaine. Now for nighttime, a little bit different. We also do have an addition of niacinamides as an inflammation controlling agent. And yes, dehydration can cause inflammation. Inflammation can wreak havoc, causing pigmentation and other issues or disturbances in the skin. So we want to eliminate that. And of course, here we also have tocopherol, which is your vitamin E, and that is technically used here for recovery of the skin. Now, we also do have one product that is available for the eyes, and this one is in a gel vehicle. So as much as the other two formulas, the daytime cream was a little bit more lightweight, but still a rich formula, the nighttime cream was richer. Here we actually have a very lightweight product. So again, for those clients who typically do not want to use an eye cream or are looking to use something in addition to the eye cream that is more deeply hydrating, this product can be layered on. So that means you will use Hydra Maximum Eye Fluid first, and you can finish with one of our choices of eye cream. So what is so cool about this product? Well, first of all, it has a moisturizing and deep puffiness effect. This can be actually strengthened in the, let's say, summer time when we tend to retain a little bit more fluid, and it's that much harder to sort of aid with the elimination of fluids around the eyes. What you can do with this product is you can actually keep it refrigerated. So don't be afraid to put it in a fridge. It will be super cool in the morning, but any of the bags, any of the, tired dark eye circles diminish upon the application. Okay, so that could be done. One thing I want to mention about the packaging of this product. So for those of you that have used it before, we still have a little bit of stock left in the old packaging, which is, again, it's a squeezable kind of bottle. But in the nearest future, this product will also come in a actual tube format. So it is kind of an airless mechanism that will kind of suck out the last little bits of the product. So they're improving the packaging for the product slightly. Now, in terms of the ingredient technology, so what we do have here, we do have the Beautify ingredient, which is basically an ingredient that's responsible for the tension building effect on the upper eyelid. So a lot of clients are asking for products they can use on the upper eyelid. And typically any company that produces a cream will say, well, put it on the eye contour. Okay, that's great, but what about my upper eyelid, right? Well, typically we don't put anything creamy on there because when you blink your eyes, most of that formula will end up in your eyes. So we don't want that. And the companies definitely produce products that are safe to use around the eyes, but they don't want it in your eye. So here, however, because of the kind of gel-like formula, it will absorb into the eyelid. So it's very, very easy to use this product right over the upper eyelid and still put your makeup and still look phenomenal by the end of the day. So for that, we do have one ingredient that actually works specifically in that area there. Now, pentavitin, it's a type of ingredient that is more of the kind of saccharide isomerate family of ingredients. It is 100% natural plant-derived ingredient that is a complex sugar. It is a moisture binding ingredient, okay? So if you notice, the whole idea behind it is hydrate, 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 anti-aging effect, okay? Depuffing as well. So very, very phenomenal product. Now, if your client wants more, of course, there's always more, they can also invest in the Hydra Maximum Mask. This is a fantastic product. I've used it myself many, many times. I use it with different forms of rollers or even by massage application because it is actually a cream formula. So if you want to give your client who is super dehydrated a massage, you may actually do it with this mask. It is completely possible. So I've tested it myself and I really do actually prefer this application because this mask almost completely absorbs into the skin. This mask can be also used as a sleep-in mask. So there are some few clients in between that will ask, well, do you have anything that's like a sleep mask? This could be it, okay? And for those clients who obviously, live in an environment like ours where in the winter your skin really goes through quite a bit of beating, you can definitely offer this to the client as a 1 or 2 times a week type of option, okay? Typically, though, this product is applied like any other mask, so it goes on, thin layer, stays on for 10 minutes, and then, of course, we remove it. Typically, it's preferred that you remove this product with a Herbal Care lotion, not to strip the hydration away, okay? So here we have Moisture Lab Technology. We have the moisturizing complex of hyaluronic acid, but we also have something called Crambe abyssinica oil. And this is an interesting ingredient because it is actually a vital supplier of omega-9, which are the parts of your lipidic composition within your barrier of your skin. So it is also a product that reinforces barrier, okay? Next product will be one that is kind of not really mentioned a lot in my kind of in-house trainings here. I don't spend a lot of time on this product, but it is actually a fantastic product for clients who are, younger consumers, maybe your male clients who are, struggling with hydration in the skin or have some type of irritation due to shaving. That might be a perfect option for them. So Daily Hydra Maximum Cream, it is formulated with an SPF 20. So this is also something that a lot of clients will appreciate because it has everything together, okay? But it is a little bit more lightweight. And it is a product that absorbs into the skin fully. So I think for those clients that are looking for this particular type of formula, they're not too crazy. Maybe they have an oily skin and they're not too crazy about the day and nighttime cream because they find them heavy. This would be a better option for them. Okay. Now, in the world of post-operative aesthetics or retail products that support any type of in-house treatments, we do have one phenomenal formula here. It is a Moisture Plus Ampule. This one is actually the only true formula within this range of products, aside from the fluid for the eyes, that is also combined with an anti-aging component. So this Moisture Plus Ampule can be given to a client as a 7-day regimen. This is not something that will be done ongoing and your client will be using all the time. But in essence, to support, let's say your client had a peel, okay? This was maybe a deeper peel. They do have a little bit of vulnerability in the skin as a result of their treatment. They actually may suffer from dehydration as an effect of their professional treatment. So you want to counteract that. Go ahead and sell the client these ampules. These ampules come packaged in a small container with 7 ampules inside. This is to kind of retail to your clients, but if you also prefer to use these type of formulas for your professional application, this is also available in a 21 ampule jar. Okay, so what's so special about this? Well, we do have various different forms of hyaluronic acid. One that is notable here is cross-linked hyaluronic acid, which is actually more of that kind of braided molecule that is holding together on the surface of the skin, really preventing dehydration. The Renov Hyal is a moisture binding elasticity improving type of ingredient, which is also derived from hyaluronic acid and it's tweaked slightly in the lab to give you the right effect of sort of almost immediate, kind of like a lifting effect. Very, very nice for clients who are looking for the super refreshing motion from the product. And then finally, we also have something that is more of a muscle relaxant. So that's where the kind of anti-wrinkle effect comes from, and that's Gutulin expression. Okay, so I hate to use the word Botox-like, but out of lack of better kind of analogy, I think that might be the best way to go. So that is pretty much our hydrating range in its totality. Of course, I am missing a couple of items here from Pro, but like I promised, I will cover that separately. So moving on, we have 2 of our sectors here that we need to still talk about. So we've covered so far the essential care for everyday kind of application or for clients who are looking for more of an everyday type of a product in their range. And then, of course, for the hydration, which is specifically for dehydrated or clients who are looking to add a little bit of a hydrating component to the existing regime. But now we're going to transition into 2 sectors of the line that really deal with skin problems, unique skin problems. Let's just put it this way. So dehydration is a kind of a global issue. A lot of people have it, but when it comes to sensitivity, it is a little bit different. Many clients come in and they will say, I have a sensitive skin. If I had $1 for every time this was proposed to me, I'd probably be very rich by now. Clients may think, oh my goodness, this is great. I can really use products. Everything bothers my skin, blah, blah, blah. What's the problem here? Were you born with the sensitive skin? Well, the answer will be no. I was fine as a child. When you don't have a sensitive skin, you do have a sensitized skin. And that is a phenomena that unfortunately plagues a lot of our clients. I am not understating the fact that a lot of clients do have sensitive skin and they're born with it. They have flushing, they have blushing, they may have later on in their life rosacea. But I'm talking about clients who have sensitized their skin because of poor skincare. So that's number 1. Or skincare that was not effective for them. or in some way damaging to them. So using a wrong cleanser, using products that have, let's say, too much of saponifying ingredients in it and they derive lipids from the skin, compromising the barrier, right? So I'm not going to get into too much mechanics of that. I actually covered this phenomena of neurogenic and immunogenic inflammation in one of my previous webinars, which will become available to you as well. But today I'm not going to really go into the mechanics of it, but it is all about protection of barrier in the skin when you have sensitized skin. So when I'm covering the products that are going to come on the slides here, they will be quite unique. So if you have a pen and paper in front of you, get ready because there will be some very, very specific recommendations for some of the products that I will bring on. Okay. Starting with number 1. So Sensiderm Cleansing Solution, not a new product to us. Dr. Schrammek range has actually had this product for a while. And why is it so special? This product actually is a micellar water technology product. It is specifically designed for clients who have a very hard time pretty much, complying with a kind of typical or traditional way of cleansing the skin where, everything is followed by removal with water. Some clients are literally intolerant to tap water. This becomes a problem also in clients who maybe are more remote. They may have a well water, which is quite hard. This will also sometimes disturb the skin. But in a city, sometimes it's the content of water purifying agents like chlorine or alum that is in the water that can be irritating to the skin. So what this will basically do for you, it is a product that resembles a toner. So it will need to be used on 2 or several cotton rounds, depending if you're using makeup. And of course, it will be used in succession of lightly patting or swiping away from the skin. Being micelles, these type of molecules that are in this particular product have a hydrophilic and a lipophilic effect. So that means that they attract water and they attract oil equally, okay? So even if you're wearing makeup that is maybe more waterproof or oil-based, this, even though it's water, will remove that type of impurity, okay? And if your client does not wish to remove this product with water, they can simply continue to a toner, which will be Herbal Care toner in this case, okay? And the skin still will not be compromised against loss of moisture. So that is one way to use it. This is also a product which I very often sell to a client who is, there's no other way to say it, but lazy. So I had a few clients in the past where they would say, oh, you know what, sometimes I find myself already watching, TV in bed and I haven't cleansed my skin and I am ready to just fall asleep. So what do I do? To kind of tell your client, well, get up and wash your skin, not always going to go over very well. So what you can do is you can actually advise them to have this on the side of their bed and couple cotton rounds. So when you find yourself already kind of semi-asleep, you can still manage to do this. I have every faith in them. And I've had clients that actually do it. There is another way of using this product as well. It is ideal for travel. So once travel kind of resumes to some point, I think clients are going to be inquiring about that as well. And it is also suitable for delicate areas. And those areas, actually, believe it or not, could be underarms and your genital areas. So if clients have a hard time tolerating soap or anything like that, this is also a substitute for them. So sorry about the rambling. There was a lot to cover with this product, but hopefully I hit all the points. Now, moving on. So next product. Next product is definitely a product that will have a very specific consumer. And that is a client who is a sensitive skin client. So they were born with sensitivities. They also from time to time do experience some irritation because of external or internal factors, okay? So aside from some of the ingredients that you can recognize here as more of a moisture kind of binding or more of an occlusive ingredient, like some of the oils or vitamin E, there is also natural moisturizing factor within this product. And there's also something called squalane, okay? So squalane actually balance natural production of oil. Okay, they're very, very powerful also against anti-aging. So this is also something to mention. You know, a client will say, but I buy this, but like, how am I going to look after my, my anti-aging? What type of ingredients do you have in this specific product that can do it? That's one of them. But there's also a very, very interesting product or ingredient, sorry, that is named Defensol. This is a skin conditioning agent, and it really normalizes some of the kind of, I would say, mechanics behind inflammatory process, and it really kind of helps you mitigate some of the redness. So if you have this client who blushes and flushes very easily, this product can minimize the flushing and the blushing as well. Okay, so super easy. It is a daytime and a nighttime care for this type of individual. They will need pretty much the same category of protection for 24-hour period. All right, so think of it as your sensitive client cream. The texture of this cream is also very interesting. It kind of resembles, like when you first take it out, it looks a little bit heavy, but once your client puts it on the skin, it completely reacts with the temperature of your skin and it melts into the skin completely. Okay, so very, very efficient, even if your client may have some, oiliness or some combination situation. All right, so Rosea Calm Cream. This product needs no introduction. It's in its name. What is it for? If you can guess that, then I don't know. But it is a cream that is specifically formulated for rosacea. Okay, so obviously this is not a cream that you're going to promise your client a cure for rosacea. That doesn't exist, by the way. My father, who suffers from rosacea pretty much for the best part of the last 2 decades, he is an avid user of this cream. And every time I try to kind of switch him over just to kind of see if he wants to try something else, he always wants the green cream from Schrammek, okay? And that is exactly it. So yes, it is green. So green tint in this product is actually achieved by chromium oxides. So it's a natural kind of mineral oxidized material that it sort of gives it a bit of a kind of redness blending or diffusing effect. So obviously green and red opposite on the color wheel, that they tend to neutralize each other. So redness is a huge issue with rosacea, right? So one of the things that people will always say is like, I hate the redness in my skin. So you have something for it. But however, you have active substances here too that treat the skin or help the progression of the disease that rosacea is, okay? So Biophytex is a blend of ingredients that are vasoprotective and capillary strengthening. We do have butcher's broom, calendula, licorice root extract, and horse chestnut. All of them aid to sort of elasticize the capillary networks, especially in the papillary layer of the dermis, and of course take away from the look of dilated capillaries or the formation of new networks of dilated capillaries. Okay, there is the Defensol that we met before. There's also vitamin C, which is protective, zinc oxide, and titanium for protection and healing, grapeseed oil, which is more antioxidant here. And there is one specific medicinally studied ingredient, which is Centella asiatica, sometimes called go-to cola. You may also see it under that name in some skincare regimens out there. So what is it? This is actually an agent that is involved in a lot of the wound strengthening or wound healing effect in the skin. So skin that is so compromised, and unfortunately when it comes to rosacea, especially in the category of pustular-papular rosacea, where people break out a little bit, this is a very powerful agent also because of its antibacterial and scarring preventative options, okay? But for clients with the erythromatotelagic rosacea, this is also an ingredient that's going to sort of strengthen and help with some of the recovery effect. Okay, so really, really powerful agent. Now, one of the tips that I have with the application of this product is the fact that you might want to just mention to a client not to overwork this into the skin. This client has a slight, like a peeling effect from the skin. So I would always say just put it on, let it kind of establish itself on its own. So don't work it in too much. You can still follow up to makeup items and anything like that that you need to follow, okay? But that is one of the things that are important to mention. Okay. So lots of products, I know, but that's not it yet. So Sensiderm mask. This is a sort of an all-arounder when it comes to any issues with sensitivity or sensitization. This is going to be a product that you can use for literally any type of issue with sensitive skin. It is equipped with Zinkwell ZPA ingredient, so it's a zinc complex, and zinc of course is healing to the skin. It is anti-inflammatory, protective as well, and of course also bacteria eliminating. So for those clients who have sensitivities and breakouts, okay, that might be actually a really good mask to also offer. So really, really good one. I myself have never really had a need to use it, so I cannot tell you from my personal experience. Of course I used it because I wanted to see what it looks like, but I'm not able to connect the dots for you. But one thing I'm going to tell you here is that it has a very nice creamy base. So even if you're super irritated, one of the things that I always like hear from people telling me who have used it is that it has like a coating effect on the skin. So think about anybody who's compromised in terms of their barrier. Fantastic product. So if you're wondering now for clients who are thinking about implementing a UVA, UVB protection, those type of clients who have sensitivities, especially sensitization, are so limited in the type of products that they can choose from. Because most of the sunblocks out there, like avobenzone in particular, a lot of them are destabilizing ingredients. So when you go out in the sunlight, a lot of them actually cause a little bit of a burning effect. So imagine being sensitized and having that effect from your product. It's the wrong idea. So here we do have a very carefully chosen blend of both the newest chemical agents, so things like Usilex, Uvenol, Tinosorb. So very, very kind of, latest technology UV protection, ingredients that are chemical by nature, and also physical protection from titanium and zinc oxide. Okay, so we do have kind of a blended situation here. And I know, I totally get it. A lot of companies out there say, well, if you have a sensitive client, then you have to really only offer mineral protection to them. But you know what? It is great. Sure, it's not going to cause irritation, but there is a limitation to using mineral block only, and that is that it moves. So every time your client touches their skin, the sunblock moves somewhere else, right? So by the end of the day, if your client had been using it all day without reapplication, their protection is compromised. So this is just the physicality of it. So there's some transference. So application of very carefully selected non-irritating UV chemical filters will protect the skin further against any of that, because once the product is on the skin, it does not move. It sits where you've put it. Okay. So this is something to also sort of, have a good point of discussion with your clients. You really do have a protection 100%. Now, one thing though I have to say about this product, just to validate, because you may be like, well, I don't know, I'm still kind of believing the other company that told me this. That's fine. I'm going to tell you something. This is our #1 selling sunblock. Okay. So that if that doesn't convince you, well, I don't know what will, but we sell a ton of this product and it is fantastic. I use it on clients right after microneedling, right after dermaplaning or peels. I have never had a client who reacted. Okay. So keep that in mind and definitely try this product in the future. So we do have also a product which is unique. This is a product that is your soothing post-operative care product as well. So if you have done, again, any type of treatments that I just mentioned, you are looking for something that you are guaranteed your client will not react to, but it will protect their skin and it will give them a good amount of hydration and all of the kind of stabilizing or neutralizing actions that you're looking for. And that is what's called ProbioSense. This, unfortunately, I would love to see this product in a pro application. I've actually sent that as a request to Schrammek. We'll see what happens. But for now, this is a product that's responsible only for retail sales, really. I keep it open, trust me, on my trolley. I know it's expensive, but I do it because it is so fantastic. So what's so special about this product? it is equipped with a couple of ingredients that have a very specific function. So let me mention that first, and then I cannot tell you who this is for, because one leads into another. So biotilis, okay, this is a substance that is basically used from lactobacillus ferment. So there's a fermentation that takes place within, certain type of vegetables or plants. The end result of that sometimes are enzymes, sometimes are other substances. In this case, this is actually an isolated substance that is more of a probiotic effect. Okay, so this is technically a type of ingredient that feeds the good flora on your skin. So looks after a good quality of your natural biome, okay? So if you know the good bacteria has a protective measure, it is actually something that is involved in the normal physiology of your skin. So for clients who break out in particular, this is going to be a good point, because a lot of the times the P. acne bacteria, actually the bacterium cutis, it has been renamed recently, is responsible for the disruptions that we recognize as breakouts. Well, good bacteria can balance the bad bacteria. So by that sense, actually, I have a lot of clients, believe it or not, using this product in acne. I myself am a user of this product as well. So the other ingredient here, kind of worth mentioning, is the Fit Excel Mimosa. And that is an super anti-inflammatory ingredient that strengthens the damaged skin. Okay, so it has a more of an occlusive type of effect and lipid barrier building effect. So with that, of course, we have external ingredients as well that help with some of these actions. Inulin is actually more like a fiber complex that you can put on your skin, and it actually has a feeding effect on the good bacteria. So this is like a food for the little bacteria that are beneficial. And then, of course, we also have borage oil, hyaluronic acid, and shea butter to kind of balance the skin overall in terms of its barrier building potential. Vitamin A and E for the healing, normalizing properties, and of course, also jojoba oil. So all around, fantastic product. It also comes in a very unique packaging. So how your client is going to use it is they're going to unpack it, obviously, and the top of the bottle is a disc. So you have to depress the disc, and then in the middle, you're going to notice the product is expressed right on the surface. So it also prevents any type of contamination, as the amount of preservation base in this product has been lowered, okay? And that is to accommodate some of the ingredients. So you just simply swipe it with your finger and then quickly paint it onto the areas of your face, neck, and décolleté. All right? So very, very unique product. Now, in cases, if your client has a super sensitizing episode, so maybe this is somebody who suffers from eczema and they have a flare-up, or maybe this is a client who has acute dermatitis as an effect of something, or maybe they had undergone, like we said before, some type of resurfacing or, barrier compromising treatment. What can you give that client that is really worried about the amount of irritation and inflammation at home to mitigate some of the effects here? You can definitely provide them with the Sensicom ampule. The star ingredient here is rhamnose. And rhamnose is almost like I call it like a little bit of an antiseptic. If your skin is physically irritated and you feel the irritation, this is like a calming, soothing almost ingredient goes on, and you literally have the sensation dissipate. Okay, so like an anesthetic. And then, of course, glycyrrhizin acid, which is from licorice root extract, is that super anti-inflammatory ingredient, okay? So we also have an anticuperose complex here, notice that. So if there's a lot of inflammation, obviously one of the vasoprotective effects of this ingredient will be necessary to prevent dilated capillaries. So very, very special type of product. All right, so this pretty much concludes our sensitive range. Again, a lot of products, if you notice, very unique qualities to them, very unique benefits to your clients, and really different ingredients, right? that we have met right now. So I'm going to conclude today's session with the review of regulating range. So if you stick around for a little longer, we'll be able to also get some solutions for your acne clients, for your, adult sufferers of acne, children and teenagers who have acne, and of course, anybody in between. So let's take a look at what we have here. So in this specific line of products, we do have one product which kind of excels in the cleansing category, and that is Deep Pore Cleanser. I'm not sure if anybody had used it, but you know that this is actually in a vehicle of a creamy application. So it is beneficial for clients who break out, have some type of acne disruptions to their skin as adults. But you cannot give them something that is super derivative from their skin or uses too much salicylic acid or other type of substances that will compromise the skin in the long run. This is chronic condition for these people. So that means that they always have to do something to mitigate it, but they don't want to compromise their skin and then end up with sensitivities. So we all know what happens to adults who use teenage products. The skin will suffer in the end. So here we have a cleansing option, which is deep pore cleansing, bacteria eliminating, and that is pretty much because of the hamamelis or witch hazel. But we also have a tree moss effect here. This is actually a revitalizer and an antioxidant, so making this product slightly anti-aging, right? And also limiting effect on inflammation. So this is by the inclusion of allantoin and marigold. So your client will be using this product pretty much like the one we met a little bit earlier, the first product we met today, Super Soft Cleanser. You want to take about a coin-size amount of this product, work it into the skin, but with the exclusion of eyes. Okay, so they also say also removes camouflage. By the way, camouflage is makeup. So if you're looking to remove foundation, this product will do it. But eye makeup has to be taken care of differently. And this is because of the astringent effect of this product, not suitable for eye contour. Okay, this product is a very lightweight milk, and it kind of smells like witch hazel. Okay, so that is a very important thing to mention to your client as well, because it really has a medicinal, almost like a herbal scent to it. So in addition to this, we also have a solution for clients who have very oily skins. So if you or your clients have oily or super combination skin, they might have to kind of focus this product on the areas of interest. And obviously here we do have something that foams up. So you need to use about a pea-sized amount of this product, literally, with a little bit of water, effervesce it enough that you can actually work it into the skin and rinse it off with plenty of water. Okay, so one of the main ingredients here is actually white water lily extract, which is a humectant, bamboo, which is sebum normalizing here, kind of, I would have to say almost like a refining effect on the surface of the skin, and of course anti-inflammatory panthenol is added here too. What's really cool about this product, so now a lot of clients really enjoy using of like these little devices that help you cleanse your skin. So, a long time ago we used Clarisonics, some people still use them, but now it's like all these little silicone type devices that can be purchased, like for Rio, for example. This actually can be used with some of those devices. It foams up really nicely as you're doing it. And for clients who are male and want to kind of, this is a really cool option for them. They don't really need to use a shaving foam. They can actually put this on and shave literally with this on, and they have a double action cleansing and shaving. So a lot of them do prefer to use it for that type of application. Okay, so 2 cleansers, one for your technically adult client with some impurities that are obviously there, and then pure skin cleansing foam for oily clients or for your teenagers that also suffer from acne. We do have one very particular product as well, which can be used further to degrease the skin, or if your client, and I have a few clients like this out there that use other conventional makeup removers, or maybe they like this oil to emulsion action and they have a product like that. They love it, but they say, oh, you know what, my skin is still a little bit oily afterwards. I need that secondary kind of normalizer action type product. Gel Super Purifiant will be able to do that. Also for clients with disturbances like acne, this can be implemented on daily basis, or maybe not daily, but you know, when you notice that your breakouts increase, you can definitely use it. This product is not extremely astringent. That means it does not really strip the skin very much, but it does have a pore kind of opening effect, right? This is more particularly interested to us when we're doing professional treatments and we kind of have to interrupt the barrier in the skin periodically. This product can do it, but it does remove enough oil that, you know, your oily skin definitely will feel it. So we do have normalizing ingredients here like hamamelis again and mint oil, which is kind of that refreshing effect ingredient, and of course anti-inflammatory ingredients as well. This is a rinse off product. So little pea-sized amount effect, mix it with water. This product does not foam up a lot, but it will give you some foaming action. Work it into the areas of interest. So mainly where you're oily or where the breakouts occur, okay? So definitely good also for clients after shaving. So if your clients are looking, like male clients are looking for an aftershave, don't use, you know, alcohol or perfume products. Just use this. This is going to be definitely more beneficial to your skin. So we do have another product here. This one is a moisturizer for super oily skin. And it is our lightest weight moisturizer in the entire range. It has undergone a slight reformulation. So the formulas that we have right now are actually from the new batch of products. So a few things have changed. For those of you that have done my classes, you know, as recently as, let's say, before the lockdown, so probably about a month and a bit ago, I still was teaching from the old formula. So this is now a brand new formula with ingredients such as Pour Away. Pour Away is a pore refining ingredient, okay? And so is bioactive glass powder, which also has a sebum regulating effect. But this now also has an addition of a small, minute, under 1% amount of salicylic acid, which helps to relieve breakouts. Okay, so if your clients are also sufferers of acne and they have an oily skin, usually this is a younger individual, you will notice that this is going to be particularly interesting to them. Okay, so new formula, and definitely a good product to use. Now, if your client also wants a protection, you know, and a little bit of extra normalizing or camouflaging action, this product can actually be applied in 1-to-1 ratio with Blemish Balm, which we will meet very shortly. Okay. So for, again, sufferers of acne, but this is a client who perhaps has typically areas of acne only in, you know, the predominant breakout areas of the hormonal belt around the jawline, or maybe dehydration on the forehead, or maybe this is a client who has a few pimples here or around on the nose. This is a spot treatment that your client can be using in the area of breakout that is equipped with microsilver. Microsilver is a natural, kind of like almost antibiotic action ingredient, which eliminates bacteria. So very, very effective for those clients who need that type of protection. And there is also inclusion of lactic acid to combat some of the effects of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Okay, so we do have a really phenomenal base here. Now, if you, however, have an older consumer who is still in a category of somewhat oily with some breakouts, and this really primarily is the main concern, but they also are, you know, starting to get concerned about aging, right? The Purifying Vital Balm can be their solution. This is actually a balancing moisturizer, okay, for mature and oily skin. So we do have ingredients such as epidermis, which is a epidermal kind of turnover normalizing ingredient so that you don't have that clogging effect from the leftover dead skin cells. It's a kind of like natural support to the desquamation process, but also has a norma-sep. So there's also an ingredient that normalizes sebaceous production very delicately on the skin. So understanding mature skin with the needs for oil kind of balancing action. So special care cream that we met before will probably be better for a younger individual, but if you have a mature individual still with the problems of oiliness and impurities, this will be a better choice for them. Okay, so let's take a look at our probably #1 selling product in the entire range, which is Blemish Balm. You saw at the beginning of my presentation, I spoke about when this product was made, so there's just a little reminder here. It is or has been made first in 1967. So technically, Dr. Schrammek, by default, was an inventor of Blemish Balm. Okay, so now it's abbreviated as a BB cream and has become really, really popular with our clients, is really coming back to this formula. So make no mistake, this is a formula that is not makeup. Okay, so it cannot be simply sold as just makeup. This is a skincare product with makeup benefits. And as such, it is equipped with ingredients like zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, licorice root extract, and panthenol. And those are, of course, your anti-inflammatories protective type of ingredients, which are suitable to care for the skin on a daily basis without clogging effect, without comedogenic effect. Nothing like that will ever happen. But it does have a buildable coverage, and it is in a cream formula. So for those of you that have ever used it, I can tell you, go Blemish Balm, you never go back. That's the way it is. So for clients who are looking for really truly camouflaging option, and we're not just talking for acne, or when we're talking about blemish, we're really talking about any unsightly effect of changes on your skin. This could be area of hyperkeratosis. This could be area of hyperpigmentation. Anything like that can be camouflaged with this beautiful product. It's like a band-aid for your skin. Okay. So what is this product really looking like in terms of colors? We do have really 4 different colors, and I have a little video that will actually kind of demonstrate that for you fully in a moment. So it talks about the pigmented formulas, but I also want to talk to you about one specific shade, which is that of Snow. Snow is actually a transparent, translucent, well, it's not translucent, it's actually opaque, but it is something that does not give you color. So for those clients that want the benefits of Blemish Balm, but with no color, there is an option for them. And for those clients who do green peel and want to obviously use Blemish Balm, let's say they did the body part and they don't want transfer of color on their clothing, the Snow will be a better option for them. Okay, just a reminder with this formula as well, before I play the little marketing movie for you, it is available now in 40 ml, and it will be its standard packaging. So we're kind of going away from the 50 and 30, which was sometimes confusing to clients. You know, what's professional, what's retail? Can I sell both? The company had decided to just make one uniform 40 ml bottle. So that is something to also kind of keep in mind. So let me play you this little movie here. I will do the kind of voiceover for this movie, if you will. So Blemish Balm, it is the original formula from Dr. Schrammek, right? So when you're promoting this, especially on social media, little movies like this become really, really actively viewed by your client. They kind of eye-catching. And it also shows, as you notice here, a bit of a brief history of it. It also translates to the fact that it's a 4-in-1 formula. So that means that you have anti-inflammatory effect, covering effect, moisturizing effect, and of course, calming effect for the skin. So it's a fantastic little film. It also shows the swatches of your skin here too, with different color shades. So you can see here very clearly what they would look like. Okay. And I encourage you to reach out to us. We can definitely make this available to you. If you haven't gotten a kind of a, I would say, there's like a Dropbox file that has all of this imaging, reach out to us. We are able to give it to you, and you can find these little short films about products there. So just to kind of give you an idea with the colors, let me just stop the movie here. So the light color, as you notice, is a very, very light shade, usually formulated for light skin Caucasians or light skin Asian skin. For those clients who have a little bit more of a neutral undertone, the classic will be best option. For pretty much, I would say 70% of our clientele would choose honey, which is that beige kind of warm undertone. Most of people really out there in the general population will gravitate to this. And very recently we had an addition of the dark brown color, which will obviously be more suitable for your deep tone skin clients. Okay. So I have only a couple of products left here. So if you hang on here with me, I will be able to cover them quickly. One of them is the enzyme regulating cream and peeling. This is a unique product. It is actually a product that is double action product, I would say, for those clients who suffer from hyperkeratosis. So typically a client who is looking to kind of normalize hyperkeratosis, areas of over buildup of dead skin cells, particularly in situations like hyperkeratosis pilaris, which is the back of your arms. Many people have that kind of chicken skin, they would call it. Or in some cases on adults or adolescents, you can see the hyperkeratosis facia rubrae, which is a condition that occurs on the outer area of the cheeks. Usually it's categorized by rough skin and inflammation. This is a product for you. When you're using it every day, it will very actively break down that over-keratinized skin. Okay, but its success is in application, because I have clients that are like, oh, this didn't work for me. Well, how often did you use? Well, once or twice a week? Nope. You got to use it every single day, typically at nighttime. So what does it consist of? Keratoline is a complex of extracts of not only enzymes, coming mainly from algae and papaya, but also a combination of an ingredient that increases the ATP, so the actual energy within your cells, to make them multiply and slough off faster. Okay, that's the idea here. There's also hydrating, which is an ingredient that's more like highly hydrating, and of course urea to normalize the turnover of skin cells. Okay, so those are the ingredients and the formula here. Now, for clients, of course, that are troubled with excess oil and also want a strong detoxifying effect, we recommend the blank clearing mask, which is bamboo charcoal based product. It is a cream mask, so it will very often be used in the situation where your client maybe just wants to apply it on the T-zone and they sort of want to, eliminate any of the blackhead action and normalize the sebum. So here we do have those ingredients that will definitely help you with it. Bamboo charcoal powder is the key ingredient. It's a super porous fire charcoal that has an adsorbing and absorbing effect. Okay, so very, very important for those type of individuals. And of course, for clients who are looking at more of a management of breakouts, they suffer for breakouts or bouts of breakouts that they anticipate at certain point, they can then implement the impurity stop ampule. Two ingredients that come to mind here: acnicetal, PG, and imidinol are two ingredients that are fantastic. They are almost like bridging the medicinal world of ingredients. So anacetal changes the physiology within the holocrine gland, making your sebaceous production lessen. Whereas imidinol is a healing ingredient that definitely helps with recovery from breakouts. And it comes from a tamanu type of plant that is actually native to India. Okay, so very, very healing effect, even super usable on broken and open skin. Lemon extract and hamamelis, of course, have astringent properties. So this can be used in place of the most troublesome, I think, out of all of the episodes of breakouts. Okay, so I did not kind of talk about the use of the ampules. I kind of wanted to refrain to it here. But typically, if your client ever purchases the package of ampules, they have 7 ampules inside. How are they going to use it? Typically, it is morning and nighttime application. And it is half of the ampule in the morning You can reseal the ampule. That little point at the very end breaks off, and you can flip it around and kind of put it right back into the ampule to seal it. And you can then access the rest of the ampule at nighttime. Okay, so that is the easiest way to sort of way to use it. Okay. All right, so that is pretty much it for my review of products today. I know that was quite lengthy, and I've brought on a lot of products for you ladies. So hopefully you will be able to sort of discern what you need out of it. And hopefully for those of you who have been through my classes before, you learned something new about the product. But I just want to reinforce the fact that Dr. Schrammek also, always gives you a little bit of that marketing support. So they do like when you can actually establish that beauty store concept. So for those of you that are really serious about, promoting Dr. Schrammek in the future, we can help you with some of the graphic design. There's actually pre-designed kind of like a poster graphics that are pre-designed, type of category of graphic design for even roll-up banners that are extra large. All of that is ready. All you need to do is reach out to us, and we're able to give it to you. So make sure that your area, looks really spick and span. We can give you access to all that you need. There's an example of a few areas that are kind of mocked up for you, that you can look what it would look like if you actually take some of the recommendations they're making. At the very least, of course, of those of you that are a little bit more of home-based businesses, we do always support you with any of the materials that you need. So we provide brochures for your end consumers and a professional brochure for you as well. Of course, treatment brochures are always available. I will actually make a portal on our website. So for those of you that are sticking around, this is a little nugget of information. So you will be able to actually access all of the documentation via our website for those of you only that have logins to our website. So I just spoke to our website developer not too long ago. She said that's no problem, we can do it. It will be part of our training tab. And if you are somebody who has logged into our website, you will be able to access it right away. If you don't have a login to our website, well, establish one, because there will be some interesting information that will be available. But we want to protect this information, of course, also. So we're only going to make it available to clients upon logging in. Okay? So that is that. Of course, there is a product brochure for professionals as well, which I will make available to you via that portal very soon. And consumer brochures that look amazing, beautiful graphics, easy for you to steal some of the images as well if you need it for, even something like social media. Okay. And quick announcement, I do have another beautiful quick, this is actually a quick presentation that I will be doing on next Wednesday. If you're somebody who does microneedling, dermaplaning, any type of resurfacing, dermatology, almost, inspired type treatments, do join me for this. This is going to be a review of our Pharma Aesthetic series. This is actually the realm of the post-mesio care. This is a fantastic company that we started working with at the end of last year. They come actually from Poland. This is a pharmaceutical company that really, like, the products that they produce have phenomenal effects. They reduce inflammation, and I'll go into some of the mechanics of how these products work then. So that's coming up on January 27th. This is at 1 p.m. again. So do join me for this. And of course, don't forget, you can always keep tabs with us via our online resources or social media platforms. So Your Essentials on Instagram and Facebook. And very soon, a YouTube channel coming your way. So this is where I'm going to actually place a lot of the pre-recorded webinars there. Like today's webinar will be available there too. And you will be able to access it any time of day or night. All right. So also, guys, if you are, looking for products for your clients at the moment, I know that we cannot do much more than just retail at this moment, hopefully not too much longer. But we do actually extend 15% off from the products. If you are in a need of purchasing anything, do reach out. You can extend this also to your clients if need be. If your clients are struggling at the moment too, not a problem. We do drop shipping to your clients, so you don't even have to come pick it up and drop it off at your clients. We'll do that shipping for you. So let us know. Okay. And just before I let you all off here, let me just have a look here. Oh, people have commented. Lily, thank you so much for the kind word. She says it was A++ webinar. D, amazing as usual. Thank you so much. Beatrix, the best to you as well. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a lovely, lovely afternoon. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a